Multiversus Season 1 wraps up in just over a week from this video being uploaded, and if the open beta for Multiversus is any indication to go by, the same day one season ends, the next season begins. So with that line of thinking, Season 2 should begin next week, and I have some sort of a wish list for things that I hope change or are improved for the foreseeable future for Multiversus going forward. A lot of this is for Season 2, so let's discuss. So we're going to start with the obvious one, and that would be at least one new character, not Agent Smith, because he's not a new character. I mean, he's kind of, but a brand new season to start Season 2. We need at least one new character for Season 2. Hell, I'll take two, and then, you know, maybe a couple more sprinkled throughout the season, but I need at least one brand new character, because I'm sitting on, and I'm sure many of you are as well, that at least played the open beta. You're sitting on all that fighter currency or those character tickets, and you're like, what am I gonna do with them if they're not releasing characters? So Season 2 needs to start with a character. I'll say Samurai Jack makes the most sense because of, well, the clip or the slip up, if you will, from the other day. And if you haven't heard this, I will play this, and I believe this comes from Ajax himself.
Everybody who was involved with Samurai Jack. Excuse me. Everybody who's involved with Agent Smith.
All right, now moving on to second thing. It is time for ranked mode. And this is coming from somebody that's not really a ranked mode kind of guy. It's just time, okay? I think let the dust settle, you know, let everything kind of work its way into where it needs to be for Season 1. And then Season 2, you finally released ranked mode because by this time, the devs should have had plenty of time to figure out the numbers for, you know, their algorithm or whatever it is, how many points you get for your MMR, however that's going to work for ranked. Hopefully they've had more than enough time by now to, you know, figure out ranked mode, because that needs to be a part of the game. You know, there are people that are just sitting here waiting specifically for ranked mode, and, you know, whatever rewards might come with it, because we did have a reward. Well, a couple, I think, during the open beta. One of those was the profile icon, the triumphant toast, I believe, is what that one was called. So, yeah, just being able to show off maybe a new banner or a badge or whatever it might be for your rank. This is something that'll get a lot of people excited. So, Season 2, at the beginning, maybe you could wait like a week into the season and then drop it, but at least towards the very start of Season 2, it's time to drop ranked mode for the players. Next thing up, I need to see new secondary perks. I need these so much. The open beta had so much more, and I get there's some of them that just weren't used or some that maybe have been a little too powerful, but that's where you can kind of tweak it and bring it back. So my hope is Season 2 and future seasons, we can start getting a couple new perks, maybe bring back old ones, and I got a couple examples in just a second, or Multiversus dev team could continue to come up with some new fun ones like the Skywalker. That's a great perk, by the way. So that was not a part of the open beta, but it is a part of the relaunch of the game, so very cool. But a couple perks that I think would be kind of fun to bring back. The first one, Coffeezilla. Yep, if you didn't know what it does, you can see here that a little description. Your team receives a 10% reduced ability cooldown duration. Now, maybe that's a little too high. Maybe it's too much, you know, for the devs and they don't like it. So if you want to tweak it, make it 7%, make it 5%, whatever it is. But this one is so much fun, and this could really stir up a lot of it could really spice things up. I think that's the best way to do it. You can really change up gameplay styles or whatever it is. You know, certain characters might be a little bit more OP with some abilities on you know, a cooldowns, or, you know, they'll recoup that ability a little bit faster with this cooldown perk. So that would be a really fun one. And then the other one that I'd like to see, possibly Kryptonian Skin, I believe this is what it was called, but you and your team basically receive a 4% reduced incoming damage, or if it's stacked, then, you know, it got 6%, but something like that for, you know, to help out maybe a little bit more defensive builds, because there's some characters that are really offensive. So if you're able to, you know, if you want to be more defensive build, you know, I don't see anything wrong with that. They could even turn this into its own unique character perk, you know, the big one, for the one that you can only equip one per character, because they kind of did that with some smaller secondary perks for attacks, and they kind of made that its own perk. So if they wanted to take this and make it, you know, a primary perk for every character to use, that'd be fine too, but just bringing back or creating some new perks would be awesome. Next topic that I really need to see some improvements for Actually, the next two topics in this video have to do with Rift mode in general, but the first thing I want to talk about is Gem XP progress. That needs a change, to say the least. They either need to make Gem XP progress faster, or you earn more over time, quicker, or they need to shorten the amount of time it takes or the amount of XP needed to level up gems. Because I can only imagine somebody that just starts playing halfway through a season, well, they're going to miss out on that entire first half of playing time to level up their gems. So once the higher difficulty levels come out and you get Crushing and then Insanity and then Loony, well, they're not going to be able to do that because now they're sit and stuck there trying to just get through easy and experience, but then they're only going to be at like level 2 and maybe level 3, and it's like, how am I supposed to catch up in time? So we need a lot better XP progress. So my little solution for this would be add something along the lines of what I'm calling a Gem XP booster. We've had boosters in the past, so I don't mind if something like this comes back. We've never had a Gem XP booster. So my idea for this would be you can earn 2 of these per difficulty level. And again, that's easy, experienced, Crushing, Insanity, and Loony. You can earn 2 of these per difficulty level per rift. So that would be 10 total per 1 rift, right? That makes sense? So once you earn half of the stars, you get your first one. You know, like when you look at the rifts down there at the bottom, you see your little progress bar. Say you get the halfway point and you get your little crate or whatever for, you know, a little bit of extra Gem XP, but maybe you also earn a Gem XP booster, and the booster itself you can then apply to any gem you want. Any one you want. So if there's one you like to use more than the others, you're able to add this, and maybe, you know, the Gem XP booster automatically gives you 250 XP to the gem. Whatever it is, you know, the number can change. Just threw that out there for an example, but something like this to help the players out, you know, that way if you're starting later in the season, you can still earn all of these and you can kind of get them quickly to help level up the gems, to help, well, beat bosses and then unlock the next difficulty. The second thing I really want to see changed for the better for Rift mode, all rifts have the same exact difficulty levels. Every single one should have easy, every single one should have experienced, Crushing, Insanity, and then Loony. Don't skip any of these because it just makes it so much more difficult later in the season, all for a free character and maybe a couple rewards. What if one of those rewards you really, really, really want, but your gem level is nowhere near it and you know you're never going to get there in time by towards the end of the season, so you're just going to have to miss out on free rewards because the devs decided to make the game a little bit too difficult. So just give us every single difficulty. That makes it easy for everybody, you know, and you could extend the, rewards track if you want to. That way, put some cool skins towards the end of the track. So if you really want to, you could go play your Insanity and Loony difficulties, but, make it somewhere in the middle. You get the free character again, like we did with the Agent Smith Rift. So just make it easier. Just simplify it. Just everything should be the exact same, right? All difficulty levels for every single rift would make it so much more enjoyable for every player. And I mentioned new players that start, the second half of the season. This helps them tremendously too, so they don't feel like they're left out. They don't feel like, rift mode is just a giant waste of time at this point. So this just helps all players. And then the final thing, this has to do with, season 2 and, future seasons, but can we please start getting some roadmaps? Please? I need some roadmaps for this game. I need to, is it that difficult to come up with a roadmap? I'm sure the devs have an idea of when they want to release stuff. Dead by Daylight, anybody play that game? They do a roadmap every single year, and they break down the exact time frame when you can expect a new chapter or mid-chapter or whatever it is, and then they tell you what's in, that update, So if we could get something like this, that would be great. All right, season 2 will last 8 or 9 weeks, whatever it might be. And then, okay, we plan to release a new character during, the first month of the season, whatever it might be, just something to help the players get a better understanding of what's coming to the game and what to expect. Of course, things can always change, but just give us a rough idea of what they at least tentatively have planned for the future. And maybe it's not even the entire year. Maybe it's just a season roadmap, right? Season 2 roadmap. That's all you need. All right, month 1 we get this, month 2 we get this, and then month 3 they add this as well, whatever it might be, something like that really, really goes a long way with the players. So I hope the devs will start doing stuff like this. They're communicative. You know, they do good. They do a good job. I do think they do a great job, but it can be so much better because there's not everybody inhabits Twitter or not everybody uses Discord. So something like this, just put it out there. This will spread like wildfire, and then the players will just feel much more happy.